If you are hoping to get your hands on the Caitlin Clark version of Nike's Kobe Bryant sneaker, you're out of luck. They are out of stock. The WNBA star teamed up with Nike for a player edition of the Kobe 5 Protro, decked out in Indiana Fever colors. You see them on your screen. They dropped at 10 a.m. Monday, and they sold out before 11 a.m. In fact, in just minutes. The $190 kicks are already showing up on the secondary market at close to double the retail price.
The second Nike dropped Caitlin Clark's logo, the internet basically exploded. And guess what? So did the sales. Her Kobe 5 Protro Player Edition sneaker, gone in less than an hour. We're not talking hours of slow orders and quiet hype. These things vanished faster than Angel Reese's sportsmanship. The price, $190. The resale, already pushing $400. Nike didn't just sell a shoe, they set off a frenzy. And Clark, she looked like she didn't even see it coming. One minute, she's casually posting a photo of her new logo. The next minute, Sneakerheads, Fever fans, and half of Gen Z are breaking their phones trying to get a pair.
I think it's growing on me. I do. I think I like it. I went to order a t-shirt and I can't get one. We're on that pre-order action, I guess.
But here's where things got real. Clark's brand new logo isn't just on sneakers. Nike dropped a whole rollout. T-shirts, hoodies, teasers for signature sneakers in 2026. They didn't just launch a product, they dropped a bomb on women's basketball. And let's not pretend this was a last-minute thing. Nike signed Clark to a $28 million deal and just played the long game. While everyone online was crying, Nike fumbled the bag. They were sitting in a boardroom, rubbing their hands together like cartoon villains. And the result? A logo with two interlocking C's. Clean, crisp, subtle. It's giving luxury sports brand, not junior varsity.
Kept saying, oh, Nike fumbled the bag with Caitlin. It has to get out there. Nike fumbled the bag. No, they didn't. It takes time. She's got to develop a whole freaking product line. But they just announced breaking news right now. We have a logo. That is the official Caitlin Clark Nike logo.
People are already saying it looks like Gucci or Chanel, which is hilarious because it's a basketball player logo, and it's already classier than half the WNBA's officiating crew.
This is a comparison. This is the logo, the two CCs intertwined together. Somebody said it looked a lot like a 1950s airline logo.
But guess what else dropped? Nike's stock price went up the second her logo was revealed. Their post-earnings rally jumped a full 3% the day after. Investors finally realized this isn't just a basketball player. Caitlin Clark is an economic event. You could almost hear Nike's execs popping champagne. And no, it wasn't sparkling water. It was real bubbly. Let's talk about how fast this logo turned into pure gold. Within hours of the reveal, Nike merch started showing up on resale sites. Double the price. People were paying resale for a logo tee. Not even the shoe, a cotton t-shirt, and the original batch sold out.
This is it, man. And look, I'm saying it right now. If anybody got any t-shirts from this game, I want one of them shirts.
Instantly, people were refreshing websites like it was Black Friday during the apocalypse. Here's the part nobody expected. The shirt wasn't even available in stores yet. It was pre-order only and still sold out. It had people lined up at Dick's Sporting Goods like they were camping for concert tickets. We're talking about Caitlin Clark here, not Taylor Swift, and somehow she's keeping up. Nike confirmed it. The signature shoe drops in 2026, and they're not rushing it. Nope. They're taking their sweet time with a full 2-year design process.
Logo collection coming soon. Signature product dropping 2026. I think we getting them new CCs.
Because when you're about to make $100 million, you don't cut corners. And if you think $100 million sounds like a stretch, think again. Nick DePaula, basically the godfather of sneaker reporting, said Caitlin's signature shoe could be a top 5 franchise in all of basketball. Not just women's basketball, all of it. That means Clark might outsell NBA players in 2026 with one sneaker. Even crazier, this logo is just the beginning. Nike's rolling out hoodies, shorts, pants, adult fits, youth fits, you name it. The navy and yellow double C logo tee drops September 1st.
According to Nike, the shirt is available, but it's not available just yet. But you can be notified for when it does go on sale. I can only imagine it's going to get sold out lickety-split.
The full collection, October 1st. And spoiler alert, it's all gonna sell out. Again, at this point, if you blink during a Caitlin Clark merch drop, you're just gonna miss it. Nike has to start bringing in dump trucks just to haul away the money. Now let's talk about the logo itself. Two sleek interlocking C's with a hidden third C buried inside. It's clean, modern, and bold enough to slap on anything from sneakers to luxury hoodies. And the hidden C, that wasn't a fluke. It's a subtle nod to how Caitlin Clark built her game from scratch. Every logo element has a purpose, passion, discipline, perfection. Yeah, Nike didn't just throw some letters together. They studied her game like a final exam. But don't get it twisted. This isn't just pretty branding. The double C represents how Clark connects with fans. It's instantly recognizable and weirdly addicting. You see it once and suddenly you need it on a jacket, a hat, maybe even your toaster. And the public reaction, unhinged.
And all it took was for her to take to social media to make this announcement, for everybody to go into a frenzy, and for, I think, the vibes to pick up just a little bit. It's that genuine love the fans have for Caitlin Clark.
People said it looked like Gucci, others said Chanel, a few said it looked like an airline from the 1950s, and weirdly, that just made everyone want it more. Why? Because it doesn't scream sports, it whispers fashion, and that's exactly what Nike wanted. Let's not forget who's behind this. Caitlin didn't just slap her name on a design, she worked with Nike on every detail, fonts, layouts, colors. It's all her. This isn't some cookie cutter collab, it's a full identity, a blueprint for the next generation of women's sports branding. And here's the wild part. This is still just merch. The actual shoe, that's the main event. If people are this obsessed over a logo reveal, imagine what's gonna happen when those sneakers hit shelves. Nike isn't just cashing in, they're engineering a cultural reset, one where a woman in the WNBA doesn't just have a signature product, she has an entire empire. Now let's really talk numbers, because while everyone's jaw dropped at the logo reveal, the real shock came from the sales data, and it's not even close. Those Caitlin Clark Kobe 5s sold out in under a minute. And no, that's not an exaggeration. We're talking 14,000 pairs gone in 60 seconds. Unconfirmed? Sure. But the lines wrapping around stores like a new iPhone drop aren't imaginary. Here's what makes this even funnier. The resale price skyrocketed before anyone even laced up a pair. The shoe went from $190 to $375 overnight. Some were even being flipped for $800. That's not sneaker culture, that's economic warfare. And don't forget her jersey. Clark's Indiana Fever jersey was the second best-selling basketball jersey in the country, behind only Steph Curry. You heard that right. She beat LeBron, she beat KD, she beat Luka, all of them. Her jersey sales alone jumped over 1,193% in 2024. That's not just impressive, it's historic. No rookie, even though she's not a rookie anymore, has ever dominated sales like this. And now for the wildest stat of all. Clark is responsible for 25% of all WNBA economic activity in 2024. That's 1/4 of the entire league's value.
I don't see these owners offered the players 4 times the amount of money that they're receiving. The players scoffed at it.
Coming from one player, just let that sink in. One player, one logo, one sneaker line, and she's reshaping the entire women's basketball economy. Meanwhile, Nike is grinning like a cartoon villain again, watching their stock ride Clark's logo all the way to the bank. But this story isn't just about sales, it's about power. When Caitlin Clark missed 5 games with that groin injury, WNBA viewership didn't just dip, it nosedived. Networks saw a 40% drop in ratings. That's not a coincidence. That's what happens when the face of the league isn't on the court. And here's where it gets even messier. Broadcasters and execs know they're building their billion-dollar media deals on one person's availability. That's terrifying and hilarious, because while ESPN and NBC are in a bidding war over WNBA rights, the entire system is riding on Clark not tweaking her ankle. No pressure, right? And yet somehow she's handling it like a pro. She's launching logos, dropping merch, signing autographs, and dragging the Indiana Fever into national relevance all at the same time. It's exhausting just thinking about it. Meanwhile, Nike's CEO is fully in. Elliott Hill confirmed the signature shoe is underway, right alongside the logo rollout. And this isn't some box-checking project. This is Nike making it very clear. We finally get it. For decades, women athletes were treated like a side hustle. Now, Clark's deal is worth $28 million over 8 years, and that already looks like a bargain because this isn't just about merch, it's about meaning. Her signature shoe, her logo, her impact, it's proof that women's sports can sell, trend, and dominate the market just like the men. And Nike, they're done playing catch up. They're building a luxury sports brand around Caitlin Clark, something nobody's done before, not even for NBA players. And now we get to the part that's just plain ridiculous. In a good way, Caitlin Clark isn't just the most popular athlete in the WNBA, she's now one of the top selling athletes across all sports. Not just basketball, not just women's sports, all of them. Fanatics listed her among the top 20 athletes in sales globally, and number 6 among all basketball players, men included. The fact that she's trailing only a few NBA superstars shows just how far she's already climbed. But this next part, it's absolutely wild. All WNBA merch sales jumped over 500% in 2024 compared to 2023. Player-specific gear up over 1,000%. And guess who's responsible for that? Yeah, it's not a group project, it's Clark. Even Dick's Sporting Goods reported a 233% spike in WNBA sales. And you can bet half of that is parents, teens, and diehard fans running and saying, "Do you have the Caitlin shirt?" She's the reason those racks are empty. But this isn't just about merch, it's about momentum. Clark's popularity is turning WNBA regular season games into primetime events. Her games average over 1 million viewers, while most other games pull in just around 114,000. That's almost 10 times the impact. The ripple effect is insane. Sponsors are lining up, TV networks are fighting for airtime, kids are buying jerseys, and Nike, they're watching their women's training division turn into a cash machine. Before Clark, that division was doing okay. Now, it's booming, and we haven't even gotten to the shoe yet. Now let's zoom in on the shoe that hasn't even dropped yet, but is already causing chaos. Nike's planning a 2026 release for Caitlin Clark's signature sneaker. And no, they're not rushing it. You'd think with all this hype, they'd fast track it. Maybe drop it during All-Star Weekend, or launch early to crush the competition. But nope, Nike's strategy is slow and surgical. Why take so long? Because they know this can't be average. This isn't just a sneaker, it's a cultural moment. They're treating this drop like it's the next Jordan one. Every detail is getting scrutinized. Materials, cushioning, colorways, packaging. They're not just selling shoes, they're building legacy, and it's working. Even sneaker analysts like Nick DePaula are calling it a potential $150 million product line. That puts her next to legends, not just in women's hoops, but in all of basketball. Here's the punchline. In 28 years of the WNBA, only 12 players have had signature sneakers. Only 3 currently have one: A'ja Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, and soon, Caitlin Clark. That's it. And Clark's is already projected to blow past them in sales before it even launches. The demand is off the charts before people even know what the shoe looks like. Even funnier, her logo alone is being treated like a premium brand. People are comparing it to high fashion, calling it luxury. Nike's not just dipping a toe into fashion, they're cannonballing into it, and they're using Clark to do it. Forget limited drops and exclusive collabs. This is Nike trying to create a luxury sports line that's actually affordable. That's never been done until now. And if you thought this was just about fashion and footwear, think again. This whole rollout is dropping right in the middle of the WNBA's most expensive media deal ever. 11 years, $2.2 billion. Yeah, billion with a B. And at the center of all that money, Caitlin Clark. Here's the part no one wants to admit. Networks aren't throwing billions at the league because of balanced scoring or nice fundamentals. They're doing it because Clark gets people to watch. Period. A regular game without her gets about 114,000 viewers. A game with her, over 1 million every time. That kind of swing doesn't come from casual popularity, it comes from star power. And brands are watching. Nike, Fanatics, Wilson, ESPN, they're all realizing the same thing. If you want women's sports to make real money, you follow the Clark blueprint. Get the fans, get the merch, get the ratings, then cash out. Even Nike's competitors are sweating. Because while Reebok and Adidas are still trying to figure out who their face of women's basketball is, Nike already locked it in. They've got Clark, they've got the product, and now they've got the entire market's attention. This isn't just a good bet, it's a monopoly in the making. And what's Clark doing? She's acting like it's no big deal, signing autographs, hitting logo threes, pretending the entire sports economy isn't orbiting around her signature hoodie. Now let's break down what this logo really means beyond the hype, because it's not just about clothes or shoes, it's a statement, a message that Nike is finally treating a female athlete like a global icon, not just a seasonal promotion. And let's be honest, this took way too long. People have been begging Nike for months to roll something out, and the silence had fans ready to riot. But now that it's here, they delivered. The logo's clean, the product line looks premium, the timing flawless, and they've already confirmed it. This isn't a one and done. Nike is building an entire product ecosystem around Caitlin Clark. Logo tees, joggers, jackets, socks, even baby merch is in the pipeline. You'll be able to deck out your entire family in CC gear like it's game day at the Super Bowls. And the business side is even crazier. Experts say this rollout could generate hundreds of millions in total revenue over the next few years. And the shoe hasn't even been shown yet. Nike's marketing team is already celebrating like they hit the lottery. And here's the kicker. Most of the growth in Nike's women's division is now tied directly to Clark. They're finally seeing what happens when you actually invest in a female athlete and give her the same rollout you'd give someone like LeBron or KD. Turns out women's basketball fans want gear, they want heroes, they want moments. Clark delivers all of it, and Nike just handed her the keys to the vault. So where does this all lead? Let's keep it simple. Caitlin Clark's logo was just the spark. Her signature shoe will be the explosion. And when it drops in 2026, it won't just be a shoe launch, it'll be a global moment. We're talking about televised drops, sold out pre-orders, and probably people setting alarms like it's a SpaceX rocket launch. Because that's the kind of anticipation Clark's brand now carries. And it's not just hype, it's backed by numbers. Nike sales are already surging, stock is up, merch is gone before it even hits shelves. Fanatics can't keep her jersey in stock, and every single time she touches the court, the entire WNBA benefits. Even critics have gone silent. The same people who whined about too much attention or said she hadn't earned it are now scrambling to get their hands on her $50 t-shirt. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Clark isn't just succeeding, she's setting a new bar, a bar that other brands, leagues, and athletes now have to chase. And Nike, they're finally acting like they understand the moment. The CC logo isn't just a design, it's a full declaration. We see the value, we're cashing in, and we're not looking back. This is what happens when you bet on the right player at the right time. Caitlin Clark isn't waiting to be respected, she's taking the entire market with her, and Nike is more than happy to ride that wave. So yeah, she may have been stunned, but she shouldn't be. Because this is exactly what happens when your name becomes currency. And now, the part the business world won't shut up about. Nike's $28 million deal with Caitlin Clark? It might go down as the biggest bargain in brand history. They didn't just sign a rising athlete, they signed the engine behind an entire league's economic boom. Let's be real, they could triple that number and it would still be worth it. Think about this, just her future shoe line alone is projected to pull in $100 to $150 million annually. That's before you factor in shirts, jackets, joggers, social media hype, and licensing deals. She's not just moving units, she's moving markets. And the ripple effect, it's touching everything. WNBA attendance, network bidding wars, even Wall Street analysts are pointing at Clark as the core reason Nike's women's division is outperforming expectations. But let's go one layer deeper. This isn't about Nike making a few bucks. It's about shifting the entire way we value women athletes. For decades, companies threw pennies at women's sports while dropping tens of millions on the men. Clark's deal just flipped the script. It's not about giving women a shot anymore. It's about not missing your chance when a generational talent shows up. And Nike's already miles ahead. They saw the future, slapped a logo on it, and now they're printing money. Clark's not the future of women's sports. She's the present. And if this is just the start, the rest of the industry better start stretching because they are way behind the pace. So now we've seen it all come together. A logo launch that hijacked social media, a sold-out sneaker that broke resale sites, and a full-blown merchandise empire built around one player, Caitlin Clark. This isn't a lucky break, this is a calculated empire move, and it's only just starting. What's the takeaway here? Nike finally understood what they had. Not just a rising star, not just a fan favorite, but a cultural phenomenon who could flip the entire WNBA economy on her own. They gave her the premium premium treatment, and guess what? She proved it wasn't just deserved, it was overdue. And for everyone out there pretending this is all some overhyped media push, look at the numbers, look at the sellouts, look at the network deals. Caitlin Clark isn't being handed anything. She's earning every single dollar and bringing in millions more for everyone around her. The CC logo, that was the warning shot. The signature shoe in 2026, that'll be the nuke. And the message is simple: women's sports is no longer the side story, it's the main event. And Caitlin Clark is writing the whole script. If you're enjoying this content and want to see more videos just like this, please hit the subscribe button and support the channel. Thank you.